I love it. Now, so let's touch on the clean eating a little bit.
Okay.
Cause I know there's a lot of,
Oh yeah.
the people have it all screwed up. I mean, some people even think because you're a vegan that, you know, you're eating healthy, and that's not true at all. Yeah.
No,
So
I'm not vegan. I like meat. Sorry.
yeah, right. So tell us a little bit of like, what should we know? What are some things that most of us believe that are completely false? Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Number one rule: stay away from anything that's processed. Anything that's processed. Cereal, sometimes maybe bread. It depends. Like I would stick with wheat bread or Ezekiel bread, even though Ezekiel bread it says like tangy, plain flavor. Clean eating doesn't mean that the food is plain, by the way. There are a couple of websites that I go to get some, meal plans ideas, like fitmancancook.com. He's great, and his YouTube page is awesome. I recommend it. I don't know him personally, but I love his websites, and he's my go-to because he has different categories on if you want to have a low-carb diet, high-carb diet, protein diet, and that depends, again, on your physique and your body, your goals, etc. So I definitely recommend seek a professional before you do that. When it comes to nutritionists, if you're not sure, I recommend a nutritionist. I do recommend that, at least for like a certain period of time in your life until you get the groove yourself. I would say 6 months. But anyway, going back to clean eating, stay away from processed foods. Cook everything in your home. Read the labels. Definitely read the labels, and if there's anything you don't understand or you can't even pronounce, Google it and find out what is it. That's how I started doing it. It's longer in the beginning. It's a harder process because you're constantly searching and researching, but you're learning, and that's the point of it.
So what are some major things that you find on labels that are real common? Like when you first started studying their labels, like what were some things?
Nothing that I can think of off the top of my head right now, because I don't search for what I don't need. I search for what I do need, which is easier.
So what do we need?
Really, just look at the carbs, the fat, the sugar, and the protein. The protein should always be higher, depending on what it is too. So, for example, if I'm going to buy meat and I see like ground beef, okay, I'm going to look at the 2 ground beef products that I have. I'm going to look at the fat. The one that has the less fat, usually I buy the one that says 98% or 89% fat-free, whatever. That's the one I will get. You also have to read, is it grass-fed or is it farm? Like where does it come from? Is it local? You want to buy something that's local, and you want to buy something that's grass-fed, because all the other stuff has added hormones and stuff that are not good for you. So I look for that. It's just easier to look for that than to look for what you shouldn't be eating. When it comes to fruits and vegetables, I'm not too picky with that. I'll just buy whatever. Typically they say buy organic because it doesn't have all the pesticides and stuff, but I bring it home, I wash it under the sink for like 5 minutes and let it under running water, and it's fine.
Literally 5 minutes?
That's what I do. I just have it under the water and cold water.
Whoa, wait a minute. You know what I do?
What do you do?
I just turn the water on and just, spin it real quick and turn it on.
I used to do that until I read an article on how much pesticide stays on the product still. So I just leave it under running water in one of those, what do you call those?
A drainer?
Yes, that, just for a while. Even cans, even I'm so lazy when it comes to cooking beans. So I'll buy the can of beans, which is not good for you, but I buy it anyways, and I put that under running water as well, just to wash off all the sodium and the juice and the gunk that comes with it. So you really just want the beans. So it's easier-ish. I'm trying to do it all the time, but on a time where you're just on the go, that's the best thing to do.
Wow.
What else? Eggs, I buy the EB eggs. I don't know if you have that. It's just a letter EB. on it because it's a farm. It's the chickens, they don't feed them hormones and stuff. It's all like vegetables, and it's healthier for you. It's supposed to be healthier for you. Don't know how true that is.
What about the caged? Isn't there like caged something egg? This lady was telling me.
Yeah, cage eggs. That's a good question with the cage eggs. I would have to research on that one. But
Okay.
I try the EB eggs because I already know that those are healthier.
EB eggs.
EB eggs. I don't know if they have it in North Carolina, but cage. I think those are the same as the cage eggs. As long as it's farm and if you know what they feed the animals before you eat it, because you are what you eat technically. And what you eat is what you are. They eat, so you want to be able to eat something that's hearty and healthy for you without any added crap to it, you know?
What about milk?
Milk. I do not like milk. Not that I don't like milk. I like milk, but I buy almond milk.
Okay.
It's healthier for you. Regular milk comes from cows, and technically the hormones are in the cat milk, and the fat percentage in the cat milk is so high, it's so bad for you. We're not even supposed to be drinking cow's milk technically. It's just through generation or through centuries, our bodies got used to it, some of us. If you notice, there's a lot of people who can't drink milk. But almond milk is the way to go. I like to buy unsweetened almond milk. There's really no need to have added sugar to anything. So anything that has less sugar in it is way to go. Anything with low fat is the way to go. High protein is the way to go. Carbs, you want to kind of keep it steady. So almond milk is good. They have rice milk. I do not recommend soy milk for females or kids because the soy is not good for us either. It messes up with our hormones as well. So if you see all these kids that are like big and bulky and like strong and on more than kids they're in normal age, that's saying something already. So yeah. Stay away from that.
And that's women and kids.
That's women and kids especially. Yeah, soy is not good for you.
Okay, you just mentioned kids. I know we're on clean eating. Anything else you wanted we should know about clean eating?
No, just make everything at home. Coconut oil is the best way to go. Olive oil is good too. Try to add less. Less is more. Go more organic with red onions and peppers, and go more organic when you cook. It takes longer, but it's worth it. Another one tip to kind of help somebody stay on track for the rest of the week is cook for the week. Not only will that save you time and money during the week, because instead of coming home to cook for an hour for the family, you can come home and spend time with your family, have game nights or whatever. Just cook for the week. It keeps you on track with what you're eating. There's food already there. You just have to heat it. I've heard people saying, oh, well, I don't like to cook my food in the microwave. That's BS. Stop making excuses. Cook for the week. Done. Okay? If you're tired of cooking the same or eating the same food, because I get that sometimes, I will spend my whole Sunday after church with my husband, and we'll cook for like 5-6 hours together. We'll cook 3 different meals for alternating the food so we're not bored. It's the best idea I've ever had, and it's awesome. So
when you you and your husband prep on Sunday for 5 or 6 hours, are you guys really that disciplined to not cook anymore, or do you have to cook here and there, a meal or two?
We don't cook breakfast. And the reason we don't cook breakfast is because there are times where I rush to the gym in the morning, so I'll have my protein shake instead, which actually is better for you in the morning. You don't want to have anything high carbs in the morning. You want to have high protein in the morning to raise up your good hormones and not your bad hormones. There's a name for it. I just don't know the scientific name for it. Sorry. But no, yeah, we don't cook during the week. It saves us a lot of time. We only cook if we need to. Like if for some reason he's working from home instead, then I'll cook him breakfast or something.
And how long have you guys been doing the prepping on like Sundays?
It's been 2 years now.
Wow. Okay. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you said protein shakes. You were talking about that. What is it how about these like Ensure and there's another one out there. I forget it, but what is
uh,
it?
Herbalife,
Oh,
Shakeology.
okay. Yeah. What is your thoughts on those?
Don't spend your money on
Not
that.
even Ensure either? No?
No, Ensure is not. Ensure is for people who need to gain weight. It's good for older people. It's good for people who suffer from people who have such high metabolism and they really want to build muscle or whatever. So I don't recommend that for somebody who's trying to lose weight because you're defeating the purpose. If anything, you're going to gain weight, and that's not good. I like to go with a protein called Isopure, ISO-Pure. Isopure. I buy it online. I buy it on Amazon because it's cheaper. I buy the big bucket. It's like $100 or less. And it's awesome. It lasts me a month between me and my husband. So if it's just one person, it will last them longer, of course. And it's good to have a protein in the morning because you want to, a lot of people don't eat in the morning, which I will tell you right now, eat in the morning. Even if you're not hungry, have that protein shake with water. I have 2 scoops, just gulp it, and that's it. What that does, it'll give you energy. And if you look in the label on Amazon, if you look in the back label, you'll see all these nutritional facts, which has 50% of vitamin A, B, C, 12, even K, which is hard to find in foods, even E, zinc, which is good for you, is good for your immune system. And for females, folic acid. So very, very important for females to take folic acid. They give pregnant women a lot of folic acid. Those prenatal vitamins have folic acid. That's very important for people who have PCOS, polycystic syndrome, who are trying to lose weight, and it's just overall good for you. So read the label, you'll see why I picked this protein. It has 0 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, 50 grams of protein, and only maybe 2 grams of fat. For the whole thing. That's perfect for the morning. And it's all you really need. So I take that in the morning. I take it as a post-workout. And if I'm hungry before bedtime, that's what I drink as well.
Very nice. Absolutely. And you were talking also, you mentioned kids.
Yes.
I remember when I was growing up, there was I played a lot of sports and things of that nature. So if you put on just your fitness competitor hat and athlete hat real quick, like at what age they used to limit us from when we can actually start, lifting.
Okay.
What age should you begin lifting? Should the kids start lifting?
As soon as you become a teenager, I recommend it. Maybe not as heavy or as hard as a bodybuilder or as much as a bodybuilder, but definitely a little bit of weights here and there. You don't overdo it either because teenagers, I'm going to go by, let's say males, guys, their muscle mass grows twice as fast as females. They take longer to grow in terms of the female, body, but their muscles grow faster. So for male or female teens, I recommend just lightweight, more repetition, more activity is great. It also depends. Like if I have a 13-year-old who needs to lose weight, I will definitely give them some weights, but it'll be mostly more interval or like HIIT training. You want to be able to do muscle confusion, have them run back and forth and push weights back and forth, and etc. Hypertrophy exercises probably would work best because their body is still growing. So you want to be careful with that and just give them more physical activity exercises more than weightlifting, but weightlifting is not a bad thing to do.
Okay, good. What's your thoughts on, we was talking about clean eating. It doesn't sound like you do too much fast food, but if you do, what's a solid, a fast food restaurant you think is probably respectable?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, first of all, I want to say I will eat clean 6 days a week. When I first started, that's what I did. I ate clean 6 days a week, and 1 day out of the week, I would eat whatever breakfast I want, whatever lunch I want, whatever dinner I want, but in moderation, of course. The best restaurants, that's tough. I would go for local restaurants, like family-owned restaurants versus like the big brand restaurants like the Cheese Factory or Olive Garden, stuff like that. Because